Atlantis, a Lost Sonnet by Evan Boland. How on earth did it happen, I used to wonder, that a whole city, arches, pillars, colonnades, not to mention vehicles and animals, had all one fine day gone under? I mean, I said to myself, the world was small then. Surely a great city must have been missed. I miss our old city. White pepper, white pudding, you and I meeting under fanlights and low skies to go home in it. Maybe what really happened is this. The old fable maker searched hard for a word to convey that what is gone forever, and never found it. And so, in the best traditions of where we come from, they gave their sorrow a name and drowned it.
Okay, so obviously this is a sonnet, so it has 14 lines, and this one is an iambic pentameter, so it means it has an unstressed and stressed syllables. This poem is basically a metaphor between Atlantis and the narrator's personal experience.
The narrator basically sets up this metaphor by describing the setting of Atlantis in this first stanza, and then she describes the setting of our old city in the third stanza right here. The narrator also makes the metaphor easier to understand by using this thing called colloquial language. And basically what that is, it's the use of everyday sayings and phrases when writing something like a poem, or when you normally would use them or something. So the first time that we see that is the first line, how on earth did it happen? And then I used to wonder. That's colloquial language. And then this one is a really good example. I mean, I said to myself, because it's causing a relationship to form between the audience and the narrator and kind of making it a familiar setting. In keeping theme with this familiar setting, she also uses rhetorical questions. So this one right here, had all one fine day gone under? She's asking this, and she doesn't necessarily have the answer to it. She doesn't have the answer to it. And same thing with this one. Surely a great city must have been missed.
Alright, this question segues into her city, compared to Atlantis, and almost gives it like a fairy tale setting. Our city, and her city is her memories about this place.
So even if the actual city still exists, even if this you, hold up, how do I write? Alright, even if this you figure still exists, it's the memories that she winds up having to hold on to because they don't exist in the present anymore. That city of her past isn't there anymore. That you of her past isn't there anymore either.
So basically this stanza right here is basically her understanding of Atlantis is not really a physical place, even though it's widely known as a place under the sea. But she's trying to say that really Atlantis is a place for forgotten memories, things of the past, and such. So it's not really that it's physical, but kind of like emotional and theoretical.
And the narrator builds up this premise of this theoretical Atlantis by using fable makers. That's a big part of it, because fable makers are normally looked upon as elders or people that have basically done this before and know how it works, and they try and teach a lesson of some sort. And she's trying to say that Atlantis is theoretical, that it's a fable, that it's a lesson. And the lesson is what is gone forever. And since these fable makers of a sort couldn't come up with a specific word for it, then they just came up with a story instead. This story of Atlantis.
And in this last line, drowned has several different meanings. Firstly, as a literal meaning as Atlantis drowning.
And then secondly, it's this figurative meaning of the banishment of this idea of sorrow, this idea of things being gone forever. It's the banishment, the drowning of that idea.
Also, the narrator completes the metaphor of Atlantis and our city. It's the drowning of her memories, her acceptance of her city being gone forever, this you being gone forever, even though she will miss the memories.